Highland News Now, I'm Jeffrey Apodaca.
And I'm Autumn Canada. Let's start with something you might have missed last week on campus. Last weekend, Highland's Fine Arts held a student-directed play, Stop Kiss, on Friday and Saturday night. The show was directed by Highland student Carly Morton, and earnings from both performances were donated to True Colors, a program that gives aid to LGBT facing homelessness. Thank you for all those who attended and supported not only Highland's theater program, but also the students, actors, and performers of the show, as well as the LGBT community. Make sure to stay tuned with us for more updates on future performances or shows brought to you by Highland.
Last Thursday, April 4th, the Freeport School District held a Be a Man and Read Night, teaching kids the fun and importance of reading by pairing them with male role models, as well as offering connections for children and their dads. Kids that participate get free books as well as basketballs. One of those chosen role models was Isaiah Owens, a member of Highland's basketball team. Isaiah was paired with Ja'Kai Miles and taught him some of his basketball moves. It's great to see Highland students getting involved with community events and teaching young kids through events like these.
Just yesterday, Thursday the 11th, Highland's 49th District High School art exhibit opened in Building F in the gallery. The art exhibit was originally to recognize high school artists in Northwest Illinois and their contribution to the communities through paintings, drawings, and all other forms of art. This event is nearing its 50th year of celebrating student artwork and recognizing talent in the high school community. At the grand opening yesterday, awards were presented to the honored students for their work. Stop by and see the students' work here at Highland Gallery. The display will be open to public throughout May 2nd.
As review of the past week on campus, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 10 a.m., the library held RX for Research for students needing help writing research papers or any students who need help researching information. The same day at 2 p.m., the library had Cite It Right meetings for those who need help citing for papers or projects. Tuesday at 6, Lifelong Learning held gardening in small spaces in Building T, room 140. Nikki Kettler held the class for $10 to teach some gardening techniques for those who want to grow plants in small areas. Stay tuned for upcoming Lifelong Learning events like these, including learning more about culinary skills, such as appetizers and Italian dishes, and art lessons like watercolor and more. For more information on specific dates and lessons, check out Highland's calendar. Now let's go over to our sports update.
Thanks, Jeffrey. Starting out with this week Highland sports. Starting with a loss last Saturday with a score of 11-1 and 3-0 against Blackhawk, followed by a loss against Rock Valley at home on Sunday with a score of 3-4. Finally, on April 9th, they lost to Blackhawk at home with scores of 6-7 and 1-7. But don't count them out just yet. Cheer them on this Saturday at 12, facing off against Carl Sandburg at home. Moving on with women's softball, they played against Joliet on Saturday, April 6th at home, and lost their first game 11-12, but came back the second game, winning with a score of 6-5. Then rolled in with some more wins, and on Thursday, April 9th at home against Kishwaukee, winning 8-7 and 5-4. Be sure to cheer on the Lady Cougars at home today at 3 as they face off against Madison. Men's golf placed an overall of 4th on their tournament on Tuesday, April 9th. Individual scores for the team's lineup consisted of Will Beeson with the lowest score of 80, followed by John Silvers with 81, Javier Haza with 84, Dylan Conley with 85, and lastly Alec Hines with a score of 89. The golf team has a future tournament coming up on Tuesday, April 16th and Thursday, April 18th. We wish you guys luck in your future tournaments. Now let's look at the stats coming up from the MLB. So far, the New York Mets lead the Eastern Division with 8 wins and 4 losses. The Milwaukee Brewers lead the Central Division with 8 wins and 5 losses. And finally, the San Diego Padres lead the Western Division with 9 wins and 5 losses. On to the NBA, the Bucks lead the Eastern Conference with 60 wins and 21 losses. And the Warriors lead the Western Conference with 57 wins and 25 losses. Alright, thanks for listening in to this week's Sports Update. Now let's head over to this week's menu in the cafeteria and our spotlight on Anthony King.
Hi, I'm Shelley Perkins from the Highland Arts Cafe, and here is what's on the menu for the week of April 15th through April 18th. On Monday, April 15th, the special is a Polish sausage, and the soup of the day is potato bacon. For Tuesday, April 16th, get a medium deli sub and chips with a tomato Florentine soup. Wednesday, April 17th, the special is a grilled turkey and cheese sandwich. The soup is chicken wild rice. And Thursday, April 18th, we have a cheesy bacon hot dog, and the soup of the day is chicken dumpling. As always, grilled items are available upon request and breakfast is served all day. The Highland Arts Cafe is open from 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday on the first floor of Building H.
Very first day there, they were just, everyone, the whole staff, the kitchen staff was just lovely, sweet, you know, very kind. And so as I get lunch every day, I just realized like what place would be better to work at school rather than the place I'm most happiest. I'm the vice president, and we all have different job descriptions that come with the title of being an executive officer. I, however, am like a mediator between our student body board and administration. Also, I do most of the fundraising, scheduling. Just learned here at Highland are very transferable skills, whether that's like time management, putting your number one priority first, the difference between urgent and importance. All of those are very transferable skills that I'll be able to use in the future, whether at a job or a new school or even an internship. These are all very accurate skills that most students, you know, would acquire. The reason I ran for Student Senate was because I'm very outgoing and I'm very people orientated, and so if it's something within our student body that may be a concern or people may need more help, I wanted to get involved, and I know being on Student Senate, that would give me not only the power to have a voice to do so, but it would give me a team that could help lead it.
As we now move on to our community news, we start out with news about the consolidated elections back on Tuesday, April 2nd, where only 9.5% of Stevenson County's registered voters casted a ballot during the time of the election. Each registered voter pays around $3 per election. On Tuesday, each vote cost taxpayers around $31 per vote due to the lack of participation around the Stevenson County area.
Spring cleaning is still underway for the Little Coats Field in Freeport. This is now the 11th season for this field, and it has a special place in many people's hearts around the area. Their first Little League games will officially take place on April 23rd at 6 p.m. So be sure to schedule a visit to the field anytime you would like during the summer. For more information, be sure to visit www.littlecoatsfield.com.
A Chicago woman was arrested for allegedly stabbing a 21-year-old woman in a domestic dispute on Saturday in Rockford. LaShawn Gilmore, who was 42, was charged with aggravated battery with a knife and aggravated assault. Officers learned about the stabbing around 2 a.m. on Saturday. The victim reportedly took herself to a hospital, and police reportedly say that she was stabbed multiple times, but her injuries were non-life-threatening.
Rockford police are still searching for a suspect who allegedly stabbed a man on North Court Street during a late robbery late Friday night, where police say the 20-year-old victim had been walking before the robbery. The victim said he was approached by a black male, approximately 25-year-old, 5'6", with black shoulder-length dreads and a full beard. The suspect demanded money and then slashed at the victim with a pocket knife and stabbing him in the arm. The suspect allegedly fled without taking anything. The victim was taken to the hospital and treated for non-life-threatening injuries.
On Saturday, April 6th, a local Stateling beauty salon offered fresh new cuts and styles, all for a good cause. Angel Smiles and Styles hosted its third annual Cut-a-thon. During the event, customers came in and received $10 haircuts, blowouts, and styles. All of the money that was raised at this year's Cut-a-thon went to help a man battling both dementia and prostate cancer. Elizabeth Bunger stated, "It's humbling to realize how many people who want to help our local community, and a lot of this is from other local businesses that are like we are, where one small business wants to help another small business." Last year, the salon was able to raise $4,700, and they are still hoping to exceed that amount this year.
On April 7th, J.B. Pritzker signed a bill for Illinois that will ban the sales of products such as cigarettes, cigars, chewing tobacco, and nicotine-based products such as e-cigarettes and vaping materials to anyone under the age of 21. After he signed the bill, Pritzker had stated in a tweet on Sunday saying, "Today is a milestone for the health of our communities, and especially young people. For Illinois, it will reduce costs for our state. It will make our schools and communities places to live and learn. And most importantly, it will help save lives." Illinois is the 10th state to pass legislation to raise the minimum legal age to purchase tobacco products, and the first in the Midwest. Some of the main problems that we could see is that parents and older siblings are still able to buy tobacco products, and they are still able to give products to their kids or younger siblings. The official law will take effect on July 1st. Now, let's go over to Melanie Brown for this week's weather update.
Thanks, Jeffrey. Even though spring has begun, Winter Storm Wesley is now making its way across the nation into the upper Midwest, and the Highland District will see some of its effects. Blizzard warnings are being issued in the Plains region of the United States, and the upper Midwest can expect up to a foot of snow from the storm. Down here by us, we'll catch a lot of the rain coming off from the storm. Starting off in Ogle County today, we're looking at an average high of 46 and a low of 32 degrees going into the weekend. Take a chance to get outside and enjoy the sunny Saturday before rain comes in on Sunday. Rain is also expected throughout next week in Ogle County, but there will be an average daily high of 60 degrees and a low of 45, with Tuesday and Wednesday expected to reach up to the upper 60s. Coming up, Stevenson County will see an average high of 45 over the weekend, with lows around 31 degrees. Expect some winds today, more clouds on Saturday, and rain on Sunday. It'll warm up to the 50s and 60s during the day next week with an average high of 59 and lows around 44 degrees. However, we're also looking at some rain throughout the week, there from Tuesday to Thursday. Joe Daviess County will have a similar weekend temperatures and might see a bit of surprising weather for spring. Expect an average weekend high of 46 and a low of 32 degrees. We'll see some wind today, clouds tomorrow, and rain on Sunday, but Joe Daviess County might even get snow on Sunday. We'll see some clouds again on Monday with more rain throughout the week. There will also be an average high around 60 and low 45 degrees throughout next week. Finally, Carroll County can experience similar temperatures. Expect an average weekend high of 46 and low of 31 degrees for the region, with mostly sunny Saturday and a rainy cloudy like Ogle County. Carroll County will also see an average weekend of 60 and low 45, reaching to the mid-upper 60s earlier in the week. Like our other counties, Carroll can expect rain throughout most of next week. That's all for today. I'm Melanie Brown. Check back with us next week for more local weather updates.
Thanks, Melanie. Now let's take a look at the upcoming events on campus. This Saturday from 9 a.m. to 12, Highland Servant Leadership will be holding the 10th annual Hearts and Hands for Hunger event. This event is open to everyone and was created to help out those in need. In the past 10 years of holding this event, servant leaders have provided close to 600,000 meals for children around the world. Stop by and make a difference and help pack meals for developing countries and those in need. The event will take place in Building H, Room 201. For more information, contact Servant Leadership Coordinator Dan Dick by phone at 815-599-3574 or email him at dan.dick@highland.com.
With Easter coming up soon, Highland will be holding an Easter experience, including a series of videos hosted by InterVarsity. Feel free to attend today at 4, as well as Monday the 15th through Friday the 19th at the same time. The event will be held in Building H, Room 209. If you want to know more about the meaning behind Easter, make sure to stop by any or all of these times to learn more.
Student Senate elections are coming up next week on Tuesday the 16th through Wednesday the 17th. You can vote from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. Both days in the lobby of Building M. Don't know who is running? Don't worry, we got you covered. Just stop by on Monday the 15th in the cafeteria for the Student Senate election forum to learn more about the election and who is involved. For any further questions, contact any student senator or email them at studentsenate@highland.edu.
This upcoming Wednesday, the 17th, the Women in the Science Club will be holding a movie event at 3 p.m. in Building N, Room 107. The movie that will be played is Mercury 13, a documentary about women who had to undergo extreme testing in 1961 to determine if they could travel in space. Then we're told that only men were being chosen as astronauts. Feel free to stop by and learn more about the women in science and have some snacks that will be provided.
Can't make it to the Wednesday movie? Don't stress it too much. The Spanish Club will be holding a movie night the next day. Thursday, the 18th at 5:30 in Building H, Room 201. The movie playing is Camila, a 1984 romantic drama set in Argentina. Feel free to sign up through Lifelong Learning or pay at the door. Tickets are $2 for students and $5 for all others. For any questions, you may contact Christina Centres at 815-5.
As a friendly reminder, next Monday, the 15th, registrations for fall classes opens and the intent to graduate forms for seniors this semester are due. If needed, meet with your advisor to get assistance signing up for classes and turn in your intent to graduate slip in Building H, upstairs at the Foundation's office.
I'm Dakota, I'll be your nurse. What brings you in today?
Well, I had an asthma attack, and I even quit smoking like you told me to.
That's great, because stopping smoking greatly benefits overall health and reduces the risk for having an asthma attack. However, asthma is not the only trigger. Other things such as pollen, dust, mold, dust mites, and even other kinds of smoke can still cause asthma attacks. So that's why it's very important to keep your inhaler on you at all times, because you can't possibly prevent every allergen.
Well, I did have my inhaler on me, and I used it, and it still didn't work.
Can you show me how you use it?
Sure.
That explains a lot. We're going to need some more teaching on how to use your inhaler here. First, you got to shake the inhaler, and then you got to take the cap off.
Which I did.
Yep. And then you put the spacer in your mouth and exhale all of your air, and then click it and breathe in and hold it for 3 to 5 seconds.
Okay. All right, so
Hold it for 10 seconds if you can.
okay. Oh, well, now I can see why it didn't work.
Asthma affects about 25 million people in the United States, including 7 million children. More than half of the people with asthma experience at least one asthma attack each year. Knowing how to properly use the inhaler can save a person's life.
An asthma attack is a potentially life-threatening event, and it's caused by the body's response to an allergen or irritant. The irritant causes inflammation to the airway, along with mucus buildup, making it harder to breathe. The closing airway causes wheezing and chest tightness, and without proper treatment, the airway will close.
Aaron Corti is one of the officers here at Highland who attended Highland previously.
I started here in the early 2000s, about 2001. I started here as a Highland student. I was originally an education major, and that was shortly before September 11th. And after September 11th, I kind of changed directions with that. And I thought, well, I was probably too young to become a police officer right then. You have to be 21 years old in the state of Illinois. But I changed directions completely, went with a law enforcement career. I studied here at Highland for a couple more years, and then eventually tested and got hired with the Stevenson County Sheriff's Office, and I've been here ever since.
Aaron tells how the Freeport Sheriff's Office is connected to Highland Community College.
Now, the Sheriff's Office, as you might have heard in your first year experience classes, has a long-standing agreement with Highland Community College to provide for the security of the campus. So we're out here, Sergeant Sutter's out here, usually Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 3:30, and then I come in at 3 o'clock. We have a really short layover, and then I work 3 to 11. So pretty much anytime there's student, staff, or faculty on campus, there's a deputy sheriff here. So we can help with all kinds of different issues that you might come up with on campus. And if you need company, or you're going through a crisis, or there's something wrong with your car, or, I mean, really anything, come find us, come talk to us. That's what we're here for.
She explains the emotional stress that can be present as an officer, as well as the upsides of her job.
My job is interesting in that we and sad sometimes too, because we get to see like the totality of humanity. You get to see people at their absolute worst times, and you get to see people at some of their best times too. And the best part about being in law enforcement is it gives you an opportunity to do something to make it better, to be able to help occasionally. And I mean, it's tough. There's a lot of sad times, and you get to witness a lot of people's tragedy, but there's a lot of times that you can be there for somebody and help them.
Aaron explains how students can pursue or obtain a career in the law force and recommends to give it a try.
So, Mrs. Roser's classes at Highland College, her criminal justice classes are a great place to start. You can talk with your advisor about that, about getting into those classes. And also, one of the things I didn't mention earlier is that I got my start in law enforcement through the Freeport Auxiliary Police Program. So there's an opportunity, and I think oftentimes we have people whose beginnings start as an internship with the auxiliary, so they didn't have the internship when I started, but that is something that is available as an option. The Stevenson County Sheriff's Office has a reserve program too that I believe also works with the college. So those are options for just kind of getting your feet wet and seeing if you think this might be the career field for you. Give it a try.
Moving on to national news, on April 7th, former Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen turned in her resignation after meeting with President Trump, effective April 10th. Many sources have criticized how she carried out Trump's zero-tolerance policy on immigration, which caused hundreds of thousands of children to be separated from their families. This has been long coming, as Tripp criticized her work back in May of 2018.
The first ever black hole picture was released on April 10th after it first being captured in 2017. The first direct visual that black holes exist took over 200 researchers, a decade of attempts, and 8 radio telescopes around the world. The black hole you see has a mass that is 6.5 billion times larger than our sun. The director of the project, Shepard Dolman, stated, "We have seen what we thought was unseeable."
A gas explosion and a building collapse in Durham, North Carolina killed 1 person and left 15 injured. After a contractor drilling under the sidewalk hit a 2-inch gas line, the blast occurred, blowing out all of the windows and shaking the entire building. Police arrived under 2 minutes and rushed people out and back 4 blocks to clear the area in case of another explosion.
WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange was arrested yesterday morning by British authorities after the U.S. had a warrant extraction request. U.S. federal court is charging him with a single count of conspiracy to disclose the classified information that could be used to hurt the United States. He is facing up to 4 years in prison. We will keep you updated on the story as we learn more.
Thanks for tuning in to Highland News Now. I'm Autumn Canada.
And I'm Jeffrey Apodaca. Be sure to see us next week.